Hello, I'm Debbie Bell-Hosking for Finextra TV at EBAday 2024 in Lisbon. And I'm joined by Francis Walvik-Joynt of Mastercard. We're going to be looking at the future of real-time payments. So Paul, a big welcome to the EBAday sofa.
Thank you. It's very nice to be here in sunny Lisbon still.
It is still sunny in Lisbon, although we're not seeing too much of it here because we're so busy, but that's a good thing. That is a good thing. We'll see the sunshine later.
Yeah.
We're talking real-time payments and the future of real-time payments. So the obvious question has to be, what changes lie ahead in that space?
So for real-time payments, we've seen a proliferation across the world. And at Mastercard, we operate in many regions, 11 countries that we work with real-time payments. Also very much conducive to the uptake of real-time payments through the habit of getting paid and doing it instantly. So one of the key things that is going to happen moving forward is the vast adoption of this is also going to put us in a place where the trust needs to continue in the real-time payment networks. But still, by growth and introduction of new payments methods also comes fraud. So one thing that is very important in the future is resilience and combating fraud to ensure that all of this is in place. Second part of that is with the advent of all of these real-time payment systems, you can see that there is an opportunity to connect across the world. So things are both domestic and global, and that will pave the way for increased focus on cross-border, on real-time payment systems. The last element, which I think is, in the times now, is how you can put processes around using artificial intelligence in every aspect of real-time payments. I like to think of it that it's enabling you to transact in your daily life, but corporations are now seeing that these are elements that can be used very actively moving forward, and a natural introduction of AI during the course of this will prevail.
I know, when you say instant payments, it sounds just like one layer, but it's so multifaceted and all the things that have to come to make them safe and successful and fast, of course.
Definitely.
And you spoke there about the different regions. So how would you say the real-time payment landscape in Europe differs from a global perspective?
So instant payments or real-time payments has been around in Europe for a long time. And I think that there's, in particular, we're here at EBAday, and there's a large collection of banks and providers. There's a lot of collaboration that has gone into putting in place the foundation for how you can spread instant payments across Europe. And with the introduction of both legislation that will mandate this for PSPs and e-money license holders, it's really taking up on a grand pace. But I think when you look at the difference between Europe and the rest of the world is that also you have a natural currency which is across the region, which changes the dynamics somewhat. But still, the innovation around the schemes and the introduction of instant payments in Europe has led to that a lot of places that are now implementing real-time payments are looking to Europe in terms of how all of these elements fit together and how you can stand on the shoulders of those who have implemented this already and further bolster that moving forward. So I think, we have a healthy mix of regulation, legislation, and innovation, which is combined between all entities interacting. And I think that's what makes Europe a really thriving place, also buzzing like we can hear here at EBAday.
And it's all about payments, isn't it?
It is.
Very much a lot about real-time payments. So within this buzz and the experience that we're having in Europe with real-time payments, and I suppose those looking on to see how things go, What would you say are the benefits of real-time payments to banks, businesses, and individuals?
So you can think of the way that we as individuals interact today. It's largely right here, right now. Every communication, every transaction that we have happens in real time. So once the way you pay and interact sort of converges, that means that the benefits that you're seeing is you have certainty that everything happens right here, right now. So for individuals, I think that's a really key element of the benefits. For banks, it opens up the avenues of particular use cases where you need to see that there's a real-time element to what you do. Now, I mentioned artificial intelligence. All processes are moving more and more to be straight through, to be in real time, because it's a fast-paced environment that we're living in. So for banks, the opportunities to encapsulate that and utilize real-time payments in that sense for business processes is something that permeates from how we interact as individuals into corporations now looking to transact more in real time, and we'll see more and more of it. Now, what does it mean for society as a whole? Well, it means that a lot of the things that we do can be connected back to our natural way of being a fast-paced, real-time culture. And so I think it fits very nicely together. And of course, in the years to come, when we see more and more cross-border opportunities, when we see more and more corporations looking at particular use cases that can bolster this real-time way of doing things, the future is bright.
Yep, and it sounds like a fast-moving wave as well into the future. Well, wonderful to talk to you. I mean, there's just so many different facets to digest here. So hopefully we get to catch up again.
I would hope so, and thank you for having me here.
Pleasure.